Okay, I got it. Hey, it's Shoshie from Shoshie's Magnificent Minis. And I am unfortunately without Tech Mike, lovely husband Mike, but my lovely daughter Sophia is going to help me out a little bit. We've locked one of our cats in the bedroom so that he's not interrupting me. So we also have a new playlist, so I'm not sure how that's all going to work, but I'm hoping it'll be okay. So today I've got the Flower Witch from Kingdom Death, and we're going to be doing skin tones. And just to let you know how I've started, I have Olive Drab by Reaper Master Series. I'm going to be using mostly Reaper Master Series on this just because I think it's an easy line to learn how to do skin tones, and it glazes really nice. I've got Reaper Master Series Olive Drab as her base. And then I've just got a little wash of Reikland Fleshshade from Citadel. And you want to make sure not to water this down, because if you do, there's something in this that crystallizes and you'll get like a weird texture. So just use that straight, and you can thin it out just by mopping it up with your brush if you've got too much on there. All right, so that's all dry. And you can see I've got it all over. She's got little hands in her hair. So... oh, good. Yeah, well, this is, if you want Incredible Hulk skin, then you're almost done. Thanks, Lotus Cobra. And also, let's see. Sophia, do you want to read the chat for me?
Okay.
I don't know. Go back over to the Twitch dashboard over there. Yep. And see the chat, and you can read to me when somebody says something.
Do I gotta like wear my headphones or something?
No. Well, you don't need to. You can if you want. All right, man, her skin is looking pretty damn cool. Okay, this is just the base, guys. So I want you to know that I started out as a fine artist. And when we painted with acrylics, we always used green for portraiture. And the base is, because of that, there's like some color theory to it. It acts as a very neutral base. Yeah. Okay, I'll get to it. Let's see, the first thing I want to use, I'm looking for the color, here we go. Tanned, I've got tanned highlight, not that one.
Right, we're gonna say for now, do you know a P3 paint that...
For P3 paint, I would use Arctic Olive, and then you can still use the, like a flesh tone, or a flesh wash or something over that. The important thing is, like, I just wanted to establish some darks in the creases before I start. Whoa, you guys are here, Twist Gaming. If anybody loves Kingdom Death and playing it, or you've never seen it and you want to see how it's played, go ahead and follow Twist Gaming, because they are really cool and they also play Kingdom Death. Okay, so let me get to this. I've got tanned highlight. That's what I'm going to start using this. I'm going to put this on my... Can you flip back to the screen just real quick? I just want to see if they can see my palette. Yep. Okay, I've got a little corner of my palette right here. Put some of this. I like this tanned highlight because it's kind of neutral. Hi, Jan. Genuine Vision is a streamer that I know. You can also watch him paint minis. Harvest Brown. This is a very warm, orangey brown. It's good with that green. And of course, I'm going to put just a little bit of the green that I use, which is Olive Drab. Okay. There we go. On my palette. And that's just in case I need it. I'm going to put this back over here. I've got beads of water on my palette, and this is to make my glazes. I'm thinning this out, and I'm adding just a little bit of water. This is way too thin. This is really runny. Do you see how that is? We want it to be somewhat opaque, but thinned out. Yay, Broncos, yes. E. Defoe is also from Colorado, so. All right, we're going to start right here. And Sophia, just let me know if you can see everything, okay, so that I know if they can. And guys, since Tech Mike's not here and Sophia's new at helping me, if you guys think I need to move something or explain something better, just let me know, okay? All right, did you see how I dabbed all the paint back off? Because now I'm going to thin this out and up. And it's okay if that's got a little bit of brush strokes, because we're just making thin layers to start. See, just like that. Boom, it already starting to look like skin. And Penny Crick says, hi, Sophia.
Oh, what? Oh, hi.
Yes, this is a family production here. And Jabberwock says, oh, he's talking about the Twist gaming season. Okay, so I'm pulling the paint down into the crevices, because we want ultimately to have a direction to this so that it's smooth. And then I'm dabbing this off, getting it wet again, because then we're going to pull it up. Now, Flower Witch is a nice big model, so you're able to see what I'm doing. But to be truthful, it's really not that much different with a smaller model. All right. And you want to let each part dry completely in between the layers. See how it starts to bead up in some spots. If you don't let it dry enough, it'll cause you problems and it'll look grainy. Okay, so the spots where I want the most pigment is where I'm going to start. I'm going to have like this ball of paint, right? And then I rinse my brush off. Oops, sorry. I just hit my head against the mic. Okay. And I'm pulling that into the cracks. You want to leave a little green. And the reason for that is because that becomes part of your shadows. This is tanned highlight, but you can use, you can experiment. I'm using tanned highlight because I want to start a little darker and go up a little bit later. And it also looks pretty good against this green to me. You can see this is already starting to look more realistic.
What size brush is that?
This is...
Watching Ben and his really
I like a bigger brush because I'm a trained watercolorist, and what I've learned is that it doesn't matter so much what brush you're using. It does to an extent, but if you have a bigger brush, there's more here to hold water in, especially with skin tones. You want a little bit more water to keep your brush from drying out, because the last thing you want when you're doing skin tones is streaks from paint that's not going on smooth. Yay, Flick! Oh my gosh, this is he's actually caught my stream. Flick is in Britain or UK, and so he is up super late, right?
It's only 2 a.m.
Oh, it's only 2 a.m. And so, by the way, Flick, we don't have my lovely husband Mike on tonight. We have my lovely daughter instead. Yes.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Oh, no, I was saying that you're lovely.
Oh, yep. My lovely husband Mike isn't here, but we just have so.
Size 2 are great for large surfaces. It's your go-to. So this is a size 2 Rubloff, which I think they run a tiny bit smaller than this is a Russian brush that I got, and I got some on Amazon recently. They're like $3 a piece on Amazon for the US, and I love them. I found out Kirill Kanaev uses them. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to the spots that I'm painting. because we're painting where the light is the most. So she doesn't have a ton of light right here, so it's only a little spot of that. We're just blocking in the colors right now. And do you see how I use my brush? I'm going like this. I'm not moving the model very much. Roseberry. Charles, since Cave did not stream Monday, I've chosen to go grocery shopping with you. Awesome. Charles Fox is grocery shopping while watching me. I feel really honored. There we go. Do you see how I come back? I come back to the spots I want to be the darkest. Now do you see how that green underneath, it's showing through just enough. And it's giving us sort of a realistic volume to say. Okay, and also Painting Crick says your unicorn head is super cool.
Oh. I didn't know it was funny. I was like, I'm not wrong.
She made that in class. It's a mask, actually. Okay. So some of you who are following me, who didn't catch it last time, we're doing a big giveaway on my Facebook page, and Twitch followers get an extra try. Oh, that's a lot. See how dark that is? I'm going to pull some of that off. I licked my brush, I know. I'm pulling it down into the neck area because I don't want it so... I'm just pushing paint around so that it's going to be darker underneath, but the brightest part is up here. Now I'm going back into it too much. Okay, so we got a spot here. Okay. This takes a little bit of practice. Did you see how I... Ooh, thank you. Was somebody follow?
It's Pilot. He's not following.
Aw, thank you. Don't spin so much. I'll get dizzy. Yeah.
You would.
I will get dizzy.
Oh.
Oh, you? Okay. I was spinning a little bit, but you were spinning more. Okay.
City in Ukraine. I can't really read that. That isn't...
One day I need to try your green base on Flesh. Yes, try it. You might really, really like it. It will give you a very realistic skin. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that already. I've put a few layers of flesh tone on top of that green, and she's already starting to feel kind of alive.
You've been with water or medium?
Water. And I'm using the Reaper Master series, which are relatively safe to lick because they are non-toxic. And I'm going to lick my brush again. Who just...
Flicks now.
Aw, thank you, Flick.
He's hosting your stream.
Awesome. I really appreciate that. Flick is a really fun painter to watch. He is usually on in my mornings. And sometimes my afternoons. There we go. Alright, that didn't give me much of a layer at all. I will hope that this song is over with soon because it's making me edgy. Is it making you edgy too?
Just asking you.
No, it's good. I think I'll be fine. I'm really glad I chose this model. It's really a nice size. Painted Crick says, I tried this once so far and I'm actually mostly happy with how the model skin turned out for a change. That's awesome. I don't know if I told you guys, but there's also a video on my YouTube channel that I made specifically for some colorblind guys that doesn't use any mixing. That's the other nice thing. Like, the only thing I've used so far is that green base and this. And so I have designed this for people who are colorblind so that they could learn to paint, because skin tones are crazy difficult for people who are colorblind because they really can't see the pinks and the greens too well. Okay. I know the cat is meowing really aggressively upstairs. Can you see the face real quick, Sophia? Can you see her face? Oh, good. Let me get that paint back off her lips because I didn't think I liked that. There we go. I'm pushing the paint up into her mask. Yeah, I'm so glad that you could catch a stream also. It's really cool. Echo is my mod, Flick. Well, he makes sure that people behave in my stream and don't troll, and it's ironic because he used to be a good troll. Oh no, the cat is throwing himself up against the door.
He's not throwing himself. I see what he does. He takes his paw out of the door and like tries to open it.
Okay.
Sophia M. Hey, challenge. Sophia.
Are you colorblind? Yeah, so this is the tutorial for skin that you've always wanted. We started with a green base of the olive drab, and all we're doing right now is just layering tanned, where is it? Tanned highlight.
So
Thank
on
you.
your hands and all, as the highlight, did you do brush work to enhance it? Also, are you
Yeah.
going to use the red layer in the skin?
Okay, so I forgot to mention that. So we did the green base, and then after that dried, you got to make sure that's completely dry. I did a wash of Reikland Fleshshade so that there is a little bit of red already there. Okay, so this is like the quick and easy way. I want to make this skin tone video simple. There's a lot of other nuanced things that you can do to make it a little bit more. Okay, but yeah, the zenithal highlighting kind of helps me know where the highlights are going. That is her dizzy daughter. Oh, Echo says hi, background person. Yeah. I hope she's 28 rotations. Oh no. Don't get her going, I Flick. Okay, so if you can see, she's got this big feather sort of contraption in front of her. It's like, I'll call it like a feather skirt. And so some of this back here is not going to get light. So we're just going to go to the spots that we do have a little bit of light. And I'm grabbing water instead of paint this time, because I'm making the paint in my brush thinner, because we want more green to show. And then I'm just drying it off and thinning it. Okay. I'm not going to worry too much about getting all back under there because most of it's not going to get seen. This is a little too, there we go, pull that in there. Okay. Can you say it? Oh, Deacon of the North. No, you can't say it. I don't know if it'll let you. Actually, the chat controls on this are very high. I know exactly what he wants to say, too. Thank you so much, Pride. Okay, on this side, we're deciding right now that the light is coming from the side, so this is automatically going to get more pigment because I want this to be brighter. Sophia,
Why?
I can hear you rolling around on the chair back there spinning. Okay, so you can go if you need to. Come back when I call you so you can help me one more time.
Okay.
Okay. See, we're pulling up. There we go. So we got more light on this side, less on this. 500 followers, Shoshie. Mini. Mr. Shoshie joint painting stream. Mr. Shoshie, he would love to hear you say that. Not. You've missed it, Flick. Mike has become like the little darling of the stream. Okay, there's lots of little brush strokes in here, and I will show you guys how you can smooth those out a little bit in a minute. We want to make sure to get enough. Yeah, I think the mister is away gaming because I married a gamer and I am a gamer, so we enable each other a lot. You're making you want this mini. This mini is going to be available soon. Once the Kickstarter funds and everything as part of an expansion. So she'll be much more available. Alright, I'm going to turn this bar around because this bar is amazing. Watch this. I'm leaning my hand against so I'm not touching my mini. She has little hands in her hair. Oh, my chat's going really fast. Sassy Mike is my favorite Mike. Yes, she's part of the Abyssal Woods. Okay. Flashbacks to the nightmares Dodo has putting together. Some of the plastic ones are not so hard to put together. And I was wondering if she's going to get game content. Yep, she's getting game content. And Flickster painted the Catman. It's pretty amusing. Alright, this one we need to have a little thinner, so I'm getting the water out. This is very loose and watercolory here. It's okay. This is a little too watery for me, so I'm spreading it around. You push it into the crevices. That's better. Yeah, she'll be part of the Abyssal Woods section. What are those mini holders? These are called, these are by Wrathcore.com, and they're amazing and I love them. Can't say enough good things about Wrathcore. Okay, we're back here. This is sunlight's gonna hit this side more. Now, this is the nice thing about... Oh, okay, there goes my music. This is the nice thing about the Flower Witch combo. And you'll be able to check on my Facebook to see that I'll be painting all of the disciples of the witch also. The witch is a boss of her own. You see that little darkness in her back? I just want a thin glaze of that on there. If you've never seen glazes before, do you see now? It's just like a thin, watery layer is all a glaze is. And it's funny because in the watercolor terminology, we call it a wash, which is, it's weird because it's not a wash. It would not be considered a wash because a wash would be, in miniature terminology, would be all over and you would kind of just put it everywhere like I did with the Reikland, what is it called? Reikland Fleshshade when I did that on the base. Okay. All right. Shoshie has auto mod on Echo. Yeah. He's doing the best he can. Want all the disciples. I want them to, well, I have them. I'm just painting someone else's right now for a commission. It's kind of nice because it's like I get to practice on other people's stuff before I do my own. Although the Lion Knight that I did in my past few streams, that's mine. Okay. I'm gonna take this song off my playlist, by the way. I apologize. It's not for me. Primed in black first, and I use Stynylrez Res Airbrush Primer. It's my favorite, and you can use that as a brush on too. And then I used Stynylrez white over that, and you can use, instead of white, you can use Game Air white. Yeah, this song is not my favorite. There, it's over. Thank God. Typically, washes are thinned, yep, and used to gather in the recesses of the mini. Glazes are thin layers to cover the base part of the figure. At least that's what exactly. That is a really awesome explanation. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't always push all my glazes. Sometimes I push them into the center of the mini where I want the most pigment to be. It just depends on whether I'm highlighting up or I'm shading down. Right now I'm highlighting up. You should look at Sirenscape for your music. Okay, we're right I don't know even what we're using right now, but I was looking at commissioning somebody to maybe like help me have my own playlist. That way I can support some musician and have something that's really unique for me. All right, turning the model upside down. Don't turn your brush, turn the model. And of course, because I've got the holder, I don't have to touch the model. Yeah, if you play Kingdom Death, you have a lot of plastic crack on your desk. All right. Trying to get all my little details here. There we go. Look how fast this paints too. I mean, like, we're really getting the skin tones pretty quickly here. Even if you don't do anything else, this still looks pretty nice. But I have a lot more to show you. Okay, now, I'm not gonna paint every single part of her because you'll be bored of tears me base coating the whole part of her. Now, you're gonna go, what is that in your hand, Shoshie? Surf Aqua. What are you gonna do with that? Okay, I want to show you. This is a Surf Aqua. If you're a pale Caucasian person, look at my skin here. I have blue tones underneath my skin because one of the things about skin is that, and you're going to really thin this out, just tiny dots of it, and you're going to put it in the places that have a little bit of shadow. And you can use Meridian Blue from P3 if you don't have Reaper. See how thin that is? We're putting this in the recesses and then just barely any. Yeah. all skin is somewhat translucent. That's a little too blue, I think. There, picked it up. You're in a frantic search for fade. Yeah, she's not easy to find. You might be able to find her on the by Lantern's Light group. Casper looks like Soul Train. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry about this playlist. Okay. So dramatic. Oh my god. The turquoise on her boobs. Okay. Now, this is the other color here. We've got just a tiny bit of magenta. Okay? Magenta, cyan, and yellow are the process colors, and technically they're the true primaries. So with those colors you can mix all three, like some really nice colors with that, for, especially for flesh. Again, with the cyan, which this is Clear Magenta by Reaper Master Series, and you can't read that at all because I've had this forever. Let's see. Hey, assembly language. Okay, so I want this where we would have just a little bit of color. Okay, because skin has blood, and this represents where blood is. Blood is on joints like knees and elbows and shoulders, and maybe a little bit in the cleavage. A little bit. Little décolletage coloring here. You don't want too much. It's ultra thin, and I'm sorry to twist. You're probably not going to be able to see this at all if you're even a little colorblind, because it's very thin. And it's also probably just going to blend right into the skin for you. But just know that it looks much more alive. Okay. Now, she's still looking a little bit gray to me. So now, where's my color? I've got a rosy skin. Okay. Steam is on point. My stream is on point. Ah, thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad it got it working too. So Rosy Rosy Skin by Reaper Master Series. And I'm just going to thin this out a lot, and I'm going to put it up here. It's lighter than that other color that I was using. We're just trying to make the skin a little less gray. Because think of red as the color of blood. Red is the color of life. If you want your skin to look like zombie skin, you want a little bit more yellow, a little bit more blue, a little bit more purple. If you want your skin to look alive, you need to have those little bit of red tones. So, she's still a little bit green. We're just layering lots of layers of this. It is slow, but this is a fairly fast way compared to, I don't know what other ways, but to make realistic skin. Do I ever? I don't. I always do green. The only time I might undercoat in red is when I'm doing Africans or dark skin tone or something I want a red undertone for. But with Caucasian skin, I always undercoat with green. Okay. Thin, thin, thin. I'm covering up some of my... There we go. I lost some of my magenta tones just a little bit up there. Bring it back. It's pretty pink. All right. But what if the skin is dark? If skin is dark, so what I would do is I would probably undercoat in, like they said, the red, or I would use a dark brown to start, most likely. A very warm dark brown. Let me see if I can find you an example. That's not it. I'm not seeing any browns. Oh, thank you so much. Can't tell who followed. Echo, could you tell me who followed, or if he's still here? If someone could tell me. Aha. Nope, that's a medal. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I can't see, so if someone could call out for me who was following, I would really appreciate it. Okay. This is called... That's not the right color either. Okay, this is African Shadow. It's a really nice reddy brown. And then what I would use as my highlight is that reddish, very orangey brown, the harvest brown. And then the top highlight would actually probably be an orange, like not a real bright orange, but like this one, like a Mars orange, like a dirty orange. Orange leather, that's a good one. So I do, okay, so that would be like main skin tone, leather, and if you've ever, get some references, the darker the skin tone, the higher and smaller the highlights, and they sometimes on really dark skin, you will see how reflective it is. I'm trying to find something black to show you. If you look at something black, see how strong that highlight is? It's because black and dark colors absorb light, and so the highlights are very bright, so we lose all the other highlights. Whereas like in lighter skin tone, it also absorbs light, doesn't reflect as much. All right, D-Day, yay! Is D-Day here? Awesome. Knackers. Lots of people are following. Echo, that's not a help. Everyone who's been following, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. If you happen to also be following my Facebook, make sure that you've gone and filled out the web form, because I'm giving away a massive swag bag from Adepticon. And the Twitch followers get an extra chance to win, which is really cool. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to take a quick look at this real quick and see how she's looking. She's looking really nice. This is too pink for me, so I'm going to glaze back over that. There. We're going to go... I'm using that earlier tanned... Where is it? This one. The tanned highlight on this, because I'm trying to take the red back down. I don't want it so red. P.S. lol, what are you painting? Gold hands? Nope, we're gonna be painting the hands flesh. I think that's what you meant. Okay. Lots of streakies down here, so I'm going to go back over here. Do you guys see how I'm layering this way now? I layered up and down first, and then on the other direction, it's just like when you go and paint a wall, You know how you paint different directions when you're painting a wall, but you're doing such thin layers and it's giving you coverage. Okay. I need to go over to this side of her face, which is going to be hard for you guys to see. Oh, the hands in her hair? Yeah, I do think they're alive. I don't know how they got there. But yeah, they could definitely be alive. They could be undead hands too, probably. I don't know. Oh, my nails? I missed it. The chat is going by really fast. Up and down, up and down. Yep. Letheus is here. A lot of my UK friends are up really late, and I think that's awesome. Oh my god. I'm going to take this off my playlist. I can't handle the guitar. Somebody out there will like it, but not for me. Okay, on her other side of her face. We're just going to go in here with the tan skin. There we go, that's short. I'm leaving her lips dark because I'm going to go in there with a different color at another point. I'm just pushing the paint around right now so that it... One second. Okay. This is really dark too. Alright, how do you guys like her so far? Do you want to... Should we do the booty? We gotta do the swiggity swooty. Yeah. Hey, Maicho. Another streamer. He's one of the Brush Lickers United brush people, painters. It's sometimes difficult to talk and paint because painting is right-brained and talking is left-brained. And when I get really into a painting, my brain doesn't want to do both. Right, I'm trying to get somewhat smooth. Okay, let that dry. If we go back into it too much, it's gonna get like mealy. We don't want her to have cellulite. Okay. A little bit of this blue over here. It's a lot. There we go. $3 a.m. typing. Ooh, this mini is so sexy looking. Yeah, she's a pretty one. I thought that she'd be a really good one to show off skin tones because she's a pretty big mini too. I'm taking just a tiny bit of this Harvest Brown. I don't know if I want to. I'm going to try it over here just a little bit. Need to keep it real thin though. Okay. That's a little better. Right. Oh, that made it really yellow. I don't like that. So it's still a little bit wet, so I can just thin it out over the mini. It's not really gonna change it too much. It gave it a little bit of a tanned look, which I might go ahead and... There we go. Alright, Echo proved your point. What did he... He only speaks in Kappa. Hello from the other side of the clock, Maicho. Yeah, this is definitely late for you guys. I really think it's awesome that you came to see me stream. Okay. Remember how we said that this is where the light is hitting, so we're giving her lots of warm sun over here. Now she's still pretty pale. So you've seen how we used cyan, magenta, and the last color, this was Palomino gold. I've also used bright skin highlight. This is a little bit for the last probably highlight that I would use. I'm just gonna, this one might be a little bit too yellow. Let me try this one first. Okay, just a teeny, just like we used a tiny bit of the blue and a tiny bit of the cyan. We're using a tiny bit of yellow. And I'm gonna go back over with the Rosy. If nothing else, her breasts are very alive right now. They look very realism. They look very realism. English I speak today. Okay. Now if I was holding this closer, I would just be double checking it just to make sure all the lines and things are smooth. Okay. I'm going to flip her hair a little bit. There we go. Alright, back over here. So so I'm working around the mini the whole time. We're thinning out. This is our tan skin. I'm just going to add a teeny bit of yellow over here because lots of sun is hitting her booty. I want that to be warm. And because skirt is covering this, we're gonna not make it as bright on this part, so that's gonna have our little shadow, a little bit of blue down in here because all that's shadowed. We don't want to mix it too much into the yellow or it's gonna turn back green. Bouncy bouncy Ethan. And Lilac Days says, I love all these cork contraptions I see painters use. Gotta make my own. There's a lot of people make them. I think Small Cave makes his own, and he might talk about it on his stream. Okay, we're pulling paint this way now. There we go. Okay. I feel like we need some, like, a little bit of this yellow up on her shoulder over here, because some of the sun's going to be on there. Oh my god, this music. I'm so sorry. So that's like 3 songs so far that I'm going to be deleting off this playlist. A little bit on her chin. If she had her whole face here, we would do on the chin, on the ball of the chin, on the nose we would do, and then on the brows, like right above the brows, and then right on the cheekbones. So it's like there's like a T, right? Just like if you're applying makeup or contouring. In fact, I highly recommend that you go try to watch a couple makeup tutorials just to see how they contour the face, because it will give you lots of ideas on how to paint skin and how, you know, where the highlights are supposed to be. Okay, we need a little bit more blue back here. So I made that too yellow. Yeah, we're not gonna use that. Okay. If I get too much I went back in with a little bit green to neutralize everything. Let's go back with this. There we go. Better. She's starting to get a little bit more yellow, so I'm going to go back with my Rosy. I think the later layers are actually more important because you can overpaint a little bit. Great point, Shoshie's Minis. What was my good point? A lot of painters at Adepticon mentioned that. I'm going to have to scroll back up to see what you meant. Okay. Well, oh, makeup tutorials. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Counteract some of this Rosy. There we go. Because the Rosy will mix with the yellow underneath and it will go back to making a skin tone color. Because red and yellow make peach if you mix it with the white, and it's already, yeah, see how that's doing exactly what I want it to do. Okay, her boobs are like exactly how I want them, and I don't think I should mess with them at all anymore. So now we're gonna keep working on the face. This Sheila reminds me of Sorceress Edea from FF8. Oh, okay. If anybody didn't know, D-Day is from Australia. Okay. Oh, thank you for the follow. Somebody wants to help me and call them out so that I can thank them, since we don't have Tech Mike here. Okay, fingers. Oh, there's another follow. All right, Flick really has to go. He doesn't want to go. Supposed to be on holiday. All right, well, I really appreciate you coming, and also catch Flick on his stream if you want to give him a follow. Oh my goodness. Oh, McKay's Fire is now hosting me. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Okay, so something I was going to tell you about. Look at my hands. Blood, blood, blood. This is where hands have lots of blood vessels in them. So we're going to make sure to get those a little bit more rosy. Hey, Angry Redhead. Thanks for watching. Major Dodo, another friendly streamer that you should follow. He's really fun. Oh, and D-Day is also. Both Australians. And D-Day is now hosting me. Thank you so much. Good on ya. Okay. I need to focus on the side of her face because I have a bad habit. There we go. Much, much better. Boy, I'm really, really happy with how this is turning out, and I think that the person who commissioned me is also going to be very happy. If he's not, I'll just keep this one and send him my other one. So, would you still do a wash on the skin or dry brush a lighter peach tone at the end for the blushy areas? No. I mean, look at this. Now, what I might do, and I'm really hesitating, but you can take a little bit of Flesh Wash. I'm going to try it. I'm going to use it very sparingly. I'm just touching a tip, not hardly any. And yes, Lotus Cobra, this is absolutely going on YouTube, so you'll be able to see it there. Okay, do you see that? It's sort of, what it does is it blends all of the, I'm pushing this into the darkest spot. Do you see how that little bit, it just melts all of the beautiful colors together? And you can still see the green, but do you see how the green makes all of the peaches move forward? Because warm colors often move forward and cool colors recede. That green is cool. So, I mean, I really don't need to put that Fleshshade on, but it does kind of get rid of all the last of the little brush strokes, doesn't it? Okay. Lilac Day Small Cave said his holder was from a Kickstarter. He must have gotten one because I could have swore that he built one. Just the tip, my cho. Yes, cheekiness is allowed here, just as long as it's not super cheeky. We have to be able to put this on YouTube. Lilac Days, they will sell the holders in the fall. Rathcore is the site. Yeah, Rathcore, Rathcore.com. I highly recommend these holders. Pretty. I'm happy with this. Okay, so we got rid of some of her little highlights there, so we're just going to go in. And so I'm just going to say this. Boobs are spheres, and spheres have little reflective spots. So now they look even more round. All right, let me go this way. Oh, more water. It's starting to get a little bit streaky because we've got a thicker layer up here. All right. We might need a little bit of blue down here. Just to cool down the skin when it goes into the shadows. And you can add just a tiny smidgen of the red, and what it'll do is it'll blend together into a sort of a neutrally purple color over here. Kind of turns gray a little bit. Okay. Not bad. I'm sorry, Shoshie, I came in late. That's okay. Yeah, we started with the green. What we have here is green base. I'm just going to go over this real quick for anybody who just showed up. Olive Drab, and you can use any olive. You can use Ortic olive from P3. I suggest that if you start with P3s, that you do the whole thing in P3s, because the texture and the surface is very different from scale or, you know, model color. You can use P3s and game colors together and Citadel, because they all have sort of a satiny, the more satiny finish. Oh, thank you so much, whoever followed. Thank you so much. The Scale 75, the Reaper Master Series, model color, those have more of a flat finish. So use flat with flat for the skin so that you can keep it all the same. Okay, so we started with the Olive Drab. We did a wash of that after it was completely dry with Reikland Fleshshade to give just some ruddy shadows. It also just helps you see what you're doing. Case Fire, you would pay to have me teach you. Well, you know, I'm going to be hopefully teaching some. I don't know where just yet. Let's see. We're going to give her just a little rosy on the booty. And a little bit of the yellow over here. We'll let that dry because we don't want to go back into it too much. Potatoes are good, Echo. Yes, they are. Okay. We've got a line here. You guys see that? So I need to get rid of that. And I'm feathering it, basically, which is when I go like this. This is feathering. It's basically the equivalent. You're just taking, let me show you. I'm going to show you with a darker color like this brown. So you're taking the very end of your brush and you're making little cross hatches. And when your eye sees it all together, it just sees it as one solid color. But you're actually making tiny little cross hatches. Oh! All right, thank you so much again for the follow. I can't see who's following me from my app on Twitch here, but I really appreciate it. Okay, we need some Rosy up here. There we go. Now every single one of these layers is showing through, even though you may not feel like it is. And I'm flicking that up. There we go. I got too much blues in her. There we go. D-Day Gaming is, what is that? Oh, it's somebody dropping a model. Okay, but if you had any idea how much I drop my models in real life, you'd be horrified. I'm a bona fide klutz. It's tanned. And then I'm thinning this out. I want to keep that shadow in her back nice and gray, because when I do the highlight on her shoulder blade, if it's gray in the shadow, then it will appear more highlighted. Are you guys, do you think you can try this at home? Is anybody trying it now while I'm painting it? Let's put a little bit more of that magenta. Again, on her hip bone. A little bit more pink because blood is going to be touching that spot a little bit more. Lilac Days. I once ousted the streamer, but someone has dropped model count that the viewers keep track of. Send you the flower witch and send you a flower witch and you'll be happy to try. Well, you could try on, yeah, I don't think, maybe on one or two Cricks. Cricks does a lot of undead models, so you'd have to try undead skin. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, or wish I knew what was happening. Okay. Another rosy hip. This hand, I wanted to make it look definitely different than her other hand. So I made it a little bit more gray and a little bit more red. In case for no, I'm working on a cape and armor, not skin tones. But I have Magnus to do soon. Ooh. Magnus is a lot of work. I painted him recently and he's challenging just because he's so large. Okay. I'm gonna let that dry. Pride. I was modding my messenger of the first story while you were doing this. That's awesome. I just have to say that Pride is one of the most creative modifier converter persons of models I've ever come across. She did some really epic things with Trollbloods. I think, didn't you make an all-female Trollblood army? And then give them all kinds of cool weapons and stuff. Okay. Oh. Normally, this is about the time where I would finish, but I feel like I owe to you guys to just go a little bit farther and see what's left here. Let's go ahead and do the elbow back here with a little bit of that ready, because remember, elbows, joints are a little bit rosier. The tip of the nose, the lips, and the cheeks are where you would put highlight, like rosy highlights on faces. And maybe a little bit on the chin too. And ears, absolutely never forget the ears are always rosy as well. Grr, Magnus and Cheaty Chaos, but Deacon. He almost made me say it. I'm working on my Menix, which is a cross between Menoth and Crix. Many are being converted to female. Oh, that's awesome. That is really cool. Yeah. I would like to see that too. I don't think you can post any links because Mike's got the thing, but if Echo is still here, you can whisper it to him and he can post it for you. A little bit of this rosy color here. Can't wait to show this to the client after we're done. I will also be posting, ooh, I just made a big streak down her leg. This is what happens when you go back into the wet paint too much. You'll get a nice streak, and if you keep working into wet paint, you'll get that kind of crumbly, weird texture. Letting things dry and working around the whole model is a very key part of this this technique. Just a little bit of rosiness on her shoulder up here. Too much rosiness. We're gonna take that back off. All right, there we go. A little bit on that one too. Sorry for mumbling. There we go. I don't have my mic to tell me, Shosh, don't mumble. Okay. I feel like her skin might be a little cooler on the arms. There. Working on Scorn and Circle. Awesome. And Pride says, I think I'll have to round up some pics next week. I only have them on Facebook. And those are tough to share through links. Yeah. I don't know if you have Instagram, but that's another way. Okay, so now I didn't do my yellow. Let me get back in here with that. Just warms it all up. And it's too yellow on her midsection, so we're going to go ahead and put actually a little bit more rosy here, just a tiny. There we go. There you go. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm unable to thank people by name unless someone in the chat shouts them out for me because I can't see who's following right off. Okay, so far, hey Shosh, I'm going to try my hand at oil paints for my wolf models. I just bought a bunch of oil paints. They take a while to dry, and I think I'm too impatient. I'm not sure. I love how they look, though. Okay. See how that is going to look like a giant hole in her back if I don't glaze over that a little bit. We want it a little bit there, but not too much. There we go. And this is becoming a dark line, so we need to make sure to paint up to that. Hopefully you can see that. There's always a side of the mini that's easy to paint, and then there's a side that's like, it's like painting with your left hand. It's like, oh, this isn't going so well. My cat. Oh my god. There we go. He's rattling on the door of the basement. Okay. Let me make sure. Charles says, damn, she looks good. And Pride says, I do, but not much posted. I just got my Instagram to randomly look at stuff others are doing. Hey, that's cool too. Some people, that's all they use Instagram for. It's enough to keep track of Facebook. Babies watch this Twitch as well, taking my phone for her photo bombs. Cute. Okay, so this has to dry, but I really wanted to get in there now and finish it because I'm getting impatient, but I'll just work on this dry part of her leg instead. There we go. The other advantage of working with the size 2 brush is that because the point is sharp, you can get the details, but then also you can still get all of your wide areas with it as well. Angry Redhead, assembly language is just being real. Strong backs are sexy. Would you rather be a saggy back? Okay. Okay, so I feel like now is a good point to stop and do that wash over here. We're just going to take the tiniest amount of Reikland Fleshshade, and it's dry over here, so it's okay. And just brush it over. Tiny amount. Ah! No! Alright, is there a drop your brush icon? Because I'll do that too. Oh, what are the... I'm really curious what the flagged comments are, but you can tell me later. Okay, remember, don't use water with that Reikland Fleshshade because it will crystallize. It will act really funky. that part of her thigh is not done. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's do her lips while we have you all still here. I think we're gonna go with this is Blood Red. It's a little bit too dark, I think. Yeah, let's see. We got red leather and then the blood red. When you're painting the lips, the upper lip is almost always in shadow. Okay, I'm gonna take my glasses off for this. I'm using that Scale 75 red leather. It's a very dark color. I'm just painting the top lip only. Okay, now I want to paint the shadow underneath her lip. This is going to be trickier if you don't already have a large model. Smaller models, you just paint the whole thing and then highlight it, I think is probably your best bet. Okay, so let's try, I'm going to tone down this red. I think it might be too bright. Actually, let me find a different red. Let's use Indian shadow. It is a little bit less. Nope, and not that one either. Give me 1 minute while I look for something to open this paint with. Here we go. All right, let me go back to that other red. Let me go back to the blood red. It might be too dark, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I'm not going to even open it. I'm just going to take the top off and put a little bit on my palette because these ones are really hard to, there we go. Really hard to mix. There. And just a little bit of Indian red as well, if in case I need to lighten it. Ooh, that's a beautiful mauve. I think I should just use that. That's gorgeous. It might be a little too dark though, so we'll try. Oh no, this music. This is the worst music to paint a very detailed thing. All right, I'm just gonna mix a little of those two colors together. So you can see. Oh no. Okay, there we go. And we've already got our shadows on there, so this is just, yeah, it's pretty good. I think it needs to be even brighter. We'll go with this one, Aldebaran red. It's a fairly orangey red. Okay, yeah, that's really right. Ooh, that might mean we might need to tone that one down a little bit too. It's almost a glaze because it's got a lot of medium in it right now, so this might be just perfect. That's beautiful. I like it. Okay. Where's my glasses? There we go. Don't you mix your flesh tone into your lip color? No, not always. What I will do once that's dry is I might take that little bit of Fleshtone and make a little tiny reflection like that. There. And then I might color that on top. Let me let that dry a little bit. Ah, see? Hold on. Yeah, see, I don't like that. I liked it darker. We'll just go in here and I'll use that really dark color again, and I'll get the top lip again. I don't think I can. Sometimes you can use your nail to make the brush pointy. All right, hold on. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good enough. Good enough. Now that makes me want to just a little bit more. Make her look more alive, especially with all that green. She's going to have a lot of green. So let me show you the reference. Where's my reference? No. Here it is. So far mine is much more tan, but I can go in there and lighten that up later if I want it to be more bright. But you can see lots of green, and that will look really pretty with her skin. Okay, gotta call it a night. And actually, I do too. So I'm going to find someone to host. And I think I'm going to host Chinkuza. Let's see if I can do that. If he's not already gone. There we go. Yeah, thank you guys so much. If you like this, feel free to share it. Feel free to look at it again later, because I'm going to be posting it on YouTube. I'm going to be keeping it here. How far along on your personal campaign? I think we're on year 11 or 12. Lantern year 11 or 12 on our personal Kingdom Death page. So, thank you. Catch you next stream. All right. Bye, guys.